A very warm welcome to all our viewers at Startup Namibia. My name is Absai, and our sign language interpreter is Maggie Kashina Munene. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm sitting here with a very experienced woman who has been doing it for more than 25 years. She's an entrepreneur, a businesswoman in Namibia, a motivational speaker, and a key speaker. She was the owner of a well-known Dekai's multi-well and slimming salon for 17 years. She's the ambassador for Future Females Namibia, a platform where entrepreneurs and business focus men and women can network and grow their businesses. Please welcome our guest, Miss Adél Oosthuizen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming to our show. Before we start, we are practicing our social distancing, so we can remove our masks now.
Can we take it off? Can I take it off?
Speak freely. Yeah, we can take it
Thank
off.
you so much.
Excellent.
I'm so glad that we are compliant, because that is the most important of everything.
Exactly.
Yeah. And also thank you for having me here.
You're very welcome. All right. We all know a large number of businesses are operated by women, aka superheroes. Tonight we are here Tonight we have our very own superhero who's going to walk us through the journey. Let us dive into it. So our topic for today is businesswomen wear capes too. So with that, I'll start with Adél. Please tell us about yourself.
Yeah, where do I start? First of all, I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother of two beautiful girls. The one is 10 years old and the one is 8 years old. Mm-hmm. And I'm also a wife to a very exceptional, supportive husband. Excellent. So that's so amazing for me to say that. And then I was twice been nominated for Economist Businesswoman for Namibia. Mm-hmm. That was so amazing being part of that journey. With my previous company, I had several accolades and several that was awarded to me, and I've got 17 years in the Dekai's multi-well and slimming salon that at that stage was the largest wellness center in Namibia. Excellent. And it was such an amazing journey that I had when I still had my own business. And then I'm also a mentor for many people, and I'm the ambassador for Future Females for Windhoek. Yeah. So to me, Future Females is very close to my heart. And then I've got a passion to assist entrepreneurs and to help them to succeed and to success.
Right. Thank you for that. While we're talking about entrepreneurs, please tell us what inspired you to start your business?
Well, at first, to begin, I was a soldier.
Oh.
Yes. And then from a soldier, I became in the insurance industry. And in that, I just had this urge, I have to become an entrepreneur. I have to start my own business. And I just had this urge in me to start. And the satisfaction to see change in people's lives, knowing I had a part in that, just gave me that more urge and aspiring to start doing so. And the passion to develop, train and mentor people and to see them flourish. I think that was also the one thing that, and then for me is, whilst I was working with these people and working with my clients and see the results under my hands, I just knew that this is what I wanted to do, and I created the passion to emphasize more and to invest more in people's lives.
Excellent. That's great. I would like to apologize. We made an announcement that we're going to have two speakers tonight. Unfortunately, our second speaker could not join us. Anna Mushimba, she's unable to join us tonight. So we'll carry on with Ms. Oosthuizen. All right, Ms. Oosthuizen, how did you know you had the great idea when you started your business?
Well, I think the urge to success and the know that I know that I know that I know,
Yeah.
that was the idea that I wanted to start. There's a word they call gutspa. It's
Yeah.
just that you know you've got it. To me, that was the know that I know. And then the inner excitement in me to strive for success. That's what also pushed me to become successful. And then I bounced it off with my husband, whom is my greatest partner in my life, that I can share my ideas with.
Yeah.
And once he agreed, and he said to me, he know that I will make a great success out of it. And I've never looked back to my life, and I always challenge everything with a positive attitude to say, if you can do it, I can do it. If you can do it, I can do it better.
Yeah.
So I just had that strive in me just to go bigger and to make it work.
And it worked.
It did.
Great.
And it's still working.
Yeah, excellent. All right. So I would like to tell our viewers about Startup Namibia. Startup Namibia is here to improve the conditions for the formation and growth of startups in Namibia. Startup Namibia is a project joined by Namibian and German government, and it's funded by GIZ together with the Ministry of Industrialization and Trade. Startup Namibia we are located in Katutura at the Bokamoso Incubation Center. So you can come and visit us, but don't come right now because due to COVID-19 we practicing social distancing. So yeah, we will have time to talk. So you can also follow Startup Namibia for news and latest events and updates on our social media platforms. That's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you have general queries, you can send them to hello@startupnam.org. Back to the interview. How did you handle adversity and doubt? Please tell us more about
Yeah, that was, I had enough of that. I had to go through to start when I started my business. And I just got a few tips, because if I have to stick to go through my journey, then we're going to need more time than just what we have tonight. Yeah. But the first one is let go of expectations. We sometimes put our expectations up there. That's good, because we have to have a dream and we have something that we to live for. But when that expectation is not met, what happens? Then you are down and it crash. Yeah. And then you tell yourself, oh no, but how am I going to go forward? And the thing is if you've got your expectation and the expectation crash, what is your solution? What are you going to find a solution for to carry on and to thrive? And then accept and shift your perspective. Not everything in this world work out like we want to it. And like I always say, when it happens, you've got to deal with this, you've got to build this bridge, and you've got to get over it. And you've got to carry on, because at that stage, when you cannot accept and shift your perception, you're either going to win it or you're going to lose it, and many people lose it. And this is my advice, is just change it, deal with it, build that bridge and get over it. That's and take it as a learning curve. What have I learned out of that? And then always persist. Giving up is the easiest option.
Yeah, definitely.
This is who we are.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work. We're not going to make it work. Right. My business nearly failed due to very bad decisions that we made. And I said to myself, I will not give up.
Sorry to interrupt you. How many times did you, I know it was always there, and so how many times did you want to, oh no, this is not working, I don't think it's going to work? Maybe I should change it.
I had it several times. I don't want to make it part of the talk, but it's part of who I am. As my daughter was supposed to take over from me in my business, and she was tragically killed in a car accident. And at that stage, I thought to myself, I can't continue. I cannot go on. The dream is completely scattered. How am I ever going to succeed? And a friend of mine sat with me and he told me, give yourself at least 10 years. And if I've given up on my dream, the rest and the successes that I had wouldn't have followed. And I reached the most highest accolades after the death of my daughter. And what I did was a tribute to her. I could never had the opportunity to be with her, but I could tribute her, and I could always live the legacy to say I will do it for her. And that was my biggest motivation. And it also kept me insane to continue with what I was doing. Excellent. And also to invest in yourself. And that's when I sat down and I said to myself, okay, I am a successor. I can make it work. I have all the tools and all the knowledge to do that. What am I going to do about it? And I start investing in myself so that I can have a positive influence on my own life and rather be positive than negative. Rather see the bright side of life than seeing the negative side of life. And that helped me to pull through.
That's excellent. So actually, it's patience. In just to have the positive energy to keep going and make sure that you have your idea and you make sure that it works, and that's the way forward. And
surround you with positive people that's giving an influence in your life.
That's definitely true. All right, Miss Adél, I would like to know what are some of the mistakes that I know there's always mistakes here and there. How did you work on that? How did you overcome them?
Well, first of all, the mistakes that I will avoid, and this is what I really did wrong, is not having a reliable mentor or a business coach to guide me. I think that was one of the biggest mistakes that I made. I thought I had it, I thought I could do it, and then I realized, oh no, this is too big for me, specifically when the business got bigger and I moved on to another phase of the business. Then I realized, oh no. And then also I was forced, because of a deal that went wrong. We had to borrow money from the bank, and that was the biggest mistake that I could make, because I'm still paying off today. Yes, so that is the most important thing that we had to do is, if you want to borrow, you've got to borrow clever, and you've got to have a lot of knowledgeable people around you, not to borrow the amount of money that can maybe ruin your business. And then also, as I said, I try to do many, because of my perfectionism, who I am, I try to do things to perfective and not always allow people to have an input in my business. And also because of being a very strong leader, I thought I can, and I did make it, but I could have avoided many other things and do it sooner than when it happened.
All right. That's indeed good to hear, and also learning a lot from Adél tonight. I would also want to know what is the first thing a startup should do once you have a brilliant idea. What is that thing that a startup needs to do?
When I saw this question, I realized, wow, why didn't I had all this knowledge when I started my business? Then it would have been a lot different. And the first thing was to team up with, and I've actually written it down that I don't forget exactly that I want to say. And that is to team up with experienced, influential business coaches, mentors, to discuss the ideas in terms of, number one, feasibility. Number two, to be accountable and to get guidance. 3 is financial expectations and the execution thereof. And then also, for this idea, is there a gap in the market for it? Because everybody now, I saw that when we did the evaluations of the program, when we had through the lockdown, we had the grant.
The COVID-19 grant.
Yes. Then I realized there was not that amount of new ideas. It was just ideas that received a little bit of a polish here and there. That's not really going to do the job. So you really have to find that niche that will fill a gap in the market, and then you'll know that that is what you can go for.
All right, there you have it. Find your niche and make sure that it works, and that will get you through your business idea, or to make it work. I would also want to know what is the advice that you'd want to, what is your advice on becoming a good leader in the society?
First of all, you have to stand your ground in terms of your values and your why. Because if you cannot stand your ground and your values, then people will walk right over you. And once you've established that and you've decided, this is what I'm going to stand for, this is what I want to do, people will follow suit, because they enjoy following strong leaders, and specifically females that are prepared to stand their ground and to know who they are and what they want to achieve. And then also, don't change your personality once you become a more, more known and a more successful businesswoman, because sometimes you can abuse your power and that can become manipulative. And we don't want that to happen. We still want to be who we are, but with a firm set of rules. And then create an atmosphere of being influential and approachable. Because if you can't be approachable, you won't be able to have an influence on other people's lives. And be persistent. Give praise to other people. You're going to your head of departments, that people that are above you, and also to your peers and the team that's working with you. I think nowadays we forget to give credit to people that do well.
Yeah, that's
Don't you
true.
think that
That's,
as well? Hey?
I really think that's very true.
Because if I can give you credit, it already makes you shine.
It motivates,
and you want to give more.
Yeah, and you'd want to do more.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that also creates room for you to take up initiatives and do great things.
It's true.
Great.
And then what people sometimes don't want to hear, you have to find people around you that disagree with you. Because if people just all the time, they just agree with you, then you never know, are you still on the right path? You've got to have people that disagree with you, so that you can grow maturely into disagreement, to find the right way and to know that you're still on the right path. Because sometimes we derail if we don't have people that don't keep us on the road.
Okay, just on that point, maybe I'm very stubborn and I don't like to hear comments here and there, and I don't like to hear inputs from other people, and I don't want to listen. I just want to do what I do, and I want to know what I know, or do what I know. So what is your advice there?
I think sometimes it's our own internal ego that stands in line of growth. If we can stand one step back and say, what do I have to learn out of this? This is also when it comes through failure. Failure never comes without a learning process. And this is the same of being a good leader. You have to be open to failure. Because if you don't fail, you will never ever become a good leader. Because good leaders do fail. They only grow through failure.
Great.
And then the one is to learn to read the room. Whenever you come in, you will always have people that are stronger than you, and you will sometimes feel a little bit not too acceptive to that. But to learn to read the room and figure out what is expected from you, and then you will act in more maturity and you will stand out.
Great. So you're saying if I'm sitting with people, I must draw a line and understand the people I'm working with, or the people I'm with, and also to know where I come in and where they come in.
Because there's room for everybody. I think life has pushed us in so many directions that we forget that it's not all about me. If I can make you shine, I will grow as a leader. If I can allow your personality and I can allow you with your business ideas and what you are there for, then I can grow even better, then I shine. Because I don't know it all. I'm not the financial expert. But if I can get a financial expert that knows everything and give them the authority, then I can shine. So surround you with experts in their areas and allow them to do their job and praise them for that.
Excellent. If you're just joining us, a very warm welcome to you. You're watching Campfire Series. This is episode 3. Pardon me. This is episode 3, and we are joined by Adél Oosthuizen. She's just talking us through how to do a business and also how to be a good leader in the society. We are live on our social media platforms. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So please share the word with your communities or amongst your friends, just to watch us and get to learn more on the Campfire series. We are actually learning more from Adél tonight. But before we continue, we'll take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the episode of Campfire. This is episode 3 of the Campfire series. We are joined by Adél Oosthuizen, and our topic for tonight is Businesswomen Wear Capes Too. And we are very delighted to have a superhero in our show tonight.
I feel so humble. Thank you.
All right. Adél, I just want to go back to... You know, I have an idea. I want to start a business. I've been thinking about it maybe for 2 years or quite some time. And it's just an idea which I already started working on. Now I want to make it a reality. But I have that fear that if I say to someone, it might get stolen, or they might steal it and make it their own, and what. So what advice do you have to people that have ideas but they think they're afraid to share it with the people?
Sure. During the break, we discussed that briefly, and when I started my salon, there were 460 something salons in Windhoek only. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, everybody's doing manicures, everybody's doing pedicures, everybody's doing this. Then I thought, wow, nobody is doing a proper wellness. So I had to go and seek what is the gap that other salons are not doing, and compiling. So the idea is what I will suggest is, don't let fear hold you back to develop your dream or to start up. There are zillions of ideas out there. You just have to do it a little bit different. Just tweak it, give it a different flavor than what's already there.
And also maybe add a little bit of innovation, because we are in a world of innovation now, technology and all of that. So
online.
Exactly.
You can reach so much more. I think the lockdown gave a lot of entrepreneurs a lot of kicks, I would say, like hiding on the backside and say, get out of your comfort zone and get out there and just start. And the thing is, just begin. You will never know if you're in the wrong if you don't start. There's always a start. And if you don't start, you're not going to know.
Okay, now another question that I have. I'm sorry, putting you on the spot now.
You're welcome.
It's always, I have the idea, but in many cases it's finances. It's money to start up the business, or to make that idea work. Is that really the case at all times? Because many times you would speak to someone, oh no, I have an idea, I want to start a business, but I don't have the funds. Is that really the case, or are we just making it an excuse to not get out there?
It all depends on what type of business you want to start. Because I remember when I started my business, those years, I needed about 800,000 Namibian dollars to start whatever I wanted to do, and that's a lot of money. And not everybody has got that. And I had to make serious plans to get that amount of money. My idea or my suggestions will be, go to a business entrepreneur that knows a little bit of your business, so that you can get them to help you to put a proper business plan together with a financial goal sheet, that you know this is the financials you need to grow and you need to accumulate, so that you at the end of the day can make money. Because at least the first 5 years of a business, you're only growing into it. After 5 years, you will only start reaping more and more benefits, depending on what type of business it is. To do like an affiliate program, you go in, you make money immediately. By doing a cooking business, you're going to need a small startup to do that, capital. I will suggest never ever start a business if you don't have proper coaching. Do some sort of training, do some sort of business development, do some sort of a financial course, that you know what is a debit and a credit. I can tell you today, hardly any businesses out there that started up don't know what's a debit and a credit. And if you don't know what's a debit and a credit, you're going to fall flat on your face. All right.
You're watching Campfire Series. This is episode 3. Our topic for tonight is Businesswomen wear capes too, and I'm joined by Adél Oosthuizen. We are just discussing ideas in how to start your business, and really like knowing how and when to get really to do the proper planning for your proper planning. I want us to go back there. I have a day job. I work from 8 to 5 every day, and I have this idea that I've been thinking of for years, and I want to start my business, but I have to pay bills. That's why I'm working. because it's also scary to go out there and start just out of the blue.
It's true.
Yeah. So, what advice do you have to people in that line?
Well, that's where I started. I had a full-time job, and then I had this urge for to have my own beauty business. So what I've done is certain times of the week in the evenings, I took in clients. I educated myself as an esthetician to have my diploma as a beauty therapist, that I know I'm qualified. So I had to qualify myself. So that's important. Make sure you become the leader in your industry. Yeah,
nice,
and that you are educated to know what you're going to do. And then I started on a slow time, working on Saturdays, working in the evenings, until my income equaled my day job's income, and then I resigned.
That's excellent. All right, I have a business now. I just started my business. It's going very well. I'm receiving clients on a daily basis. But now I want to, or it is just that thing of, I see clients, I charge them differently. I've also seen it. Businesses charge differently. But not in a way that they want to make quick profit from a single job. What advice do you have to those kind of people?
Again, if you are working from home, you charge a different rate than when you have a business in like a complex or a more proper environment or office space. It all depends what you do. You cannot charge, say, 350 Namibian dollars for a pedicure, doing it from your backyard in your home, than when you've got a proper location that is branded. There you can charge up to 550, but then your servers have to contribute to the price that you charge. It has to complement your price.
Very true.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want to take you back again to leadership. Let's talk a little bit about that. How do I know that I have that in me to become a leader, or maybe it's So how will I know that I'm the leader?
I think if people start following you and people listen to you, and you are in a space where you start giving advice and people take your advice, and you realize, oh wow, but I've got actually more leadership skills than what I thought, then I think people will start listening to you. You'll become an expert in your field. You have to educate yourself to become a more expert, and that you are the leader in that industry. It took me a couple of years to become a known leader in Namibia. And today, it's such an honor and such a humble time in my life where I can be a mentor and I can guide people and I can advise people because of the mistakes I made. And you can only preach to the level of your experience.
Yeah, that's true.
And teach to the level of your experience.
That's very true. All right. Now, let's talk about mentorship or mentoring. How can I find a best mentor to really help me get out there?
Well, first of all, Startup Namibia is here. I think you are equipped with amazing people that can guide the startups or people that are already in businesses. And the other idea is to go onto the social media. Social media gives us a lot of experienced people that we can follow, and to follow those people that are in the same industry that you are and follow their tips. What I did is I spent endless time on overseas websites to see what does the American people do in a salon. How do they advertise? How do they generate customers? And I tweaked it in Namibian and make it a Namibian product, and I had huge successes out of that.
All right. Now, what are the roles that are helping, or let me rephrase. I would want to rephrase it like, what are the roles that has that technology helped, or what I would want to say how did technology help you into growing your business?
Oh, absolutely. I was so blessed when I started. Facebook was like the in thing. But still email marketing was also, and today even more email marketing is, because people looked at their emails up to 1,000 times a day.
Yeah.
Because people get emails all the time.
All the time, yeah.
If you address it properly and you word it correctly and your content is nice, then people will look at your emails. And then LinkedIn is now the latest buzzword, LinkedIn and Instagram. But don't throw Twitter away. People are underestimating the power of Twitter.
Yeah.
And then with Facebook, the algorithms on Facebook is a little bit throwing us around.
Yeah.
But if you do a small paid advertising, that's not going to cost you more than 100 Namibian dollars per month. If you do it clever, you reach a lot of people.
Very
and
true.
Consistency, you have to be consistent.
So consistency, viewers, consistency in everything you do. I would want to go to ask you this. I have an idea, and I want to collaborate with a group of people. Maybe we are a young team. We started at the college together, and then now we are in the job market, and we have this idea. Now we want to work together. How would you advise those that are thinking of collaborating?
Oh, I love working in a team, because people have more ideas than yourself.
Yeah.
And if you can make use of other people's knowledge and other people's ideas, the picture suddenly becomes like a puzzle. It's all pieces comes together, because you can't do the puzzle yourself. You need other people. And I just love that, because the ideas of other people bring out and stimulate more ideas.
Very true. I just think of that is actually very true, because you think of sitting at the table brainstorming on an idea, and then someone says something, and then all of a sudden it just sparks your thought, your ideas.
True.
Yeah. So you heard it from Adél. Collaborate more. All right. Another question I would want to ask you is that what are your people? I'm taking you back again. People are scared to share ideas, but ideas are out there, and you find people. What do you take on copying an idea that already exists?
Oh, I
what
love
is your
that.
Take on that?
I thrive on that, because in the internet trainings that I've been doing this last 3 months, I've taken so many people's ideas and turning it into my idea by just adding a little bit flavor, because the ideas that are out there, they don't belong to anybody, it belongs to the world. So if you don't use it and to your benefit, you're going to lose. There's a saying that says, if you snooze, you lose.
Very true.
And this is now the thing. Use the internet, use the ideas, and just tweak it and just add something, your flavor, to make it yours.
Very true. Sometimes, or what is this? It's always the costs of running a business. How did you in your business? How did you maintain your finances?
I was very strict of my expenses. I always tried to keep my expenses as maintained and as low as possible, because expenses, and I recorded everything, and I didn't live out of my business. I paid a salary over to myself, and because the minute you start living out your business, you're absolutely, it's like you take out the plug, whoop, and all the water goes down. So always and have a buffer. And we've seen it now with COVID-19, that businesses didn't cater for at least a 3 months buffer to sustain. And that's what I try to do. I always try to have at least 3 months overheads in my business, and rather take a little bit more. Pay yourself first, because you are the owner, you need to run your business. But don't overspend in your business, otherwise you're not going to make it.
All right. We will take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back. This is episode 3 of the Campfire series. We are joined by Miss Adél Oosthuizen. Our topic for tonight is Businesswomen wear capes too. While we are on that topic, I would want to ask Adél, what is the role of a business owner?
Well, this is such an amazing topic to talk about, because and to contribute to the topic of where businesswomen wear capes too. When you're in your business, you are your own financial manager, your own personnel manager, your own HR manager, your communications manager, your marketing manager. You have to put on all that capes. Then you're a mother, you're a grandmother, you're a wife, you've got all that, and you've got a friend, and people come in and they cry, and you've got to be the social worker. So you've got so many things, but the main thing is that you as a business owner need to know that you've got certain responsibilities. And the first responsibility is make sure your business are registered. Because if your business are registered, nobody can take your name and nobody can act on your business. The second one is make sure that you register for VAT and for tax, if you need to do that accordingly to the laws of the government.
Dear viewers, very important, register your businesses. As much as you have the idea and you want to get going, get it registered, make sure that it's legal and you're following the procedures or the legal procedures.
Absolutely. If you don't do that, you're going to burn your fingers. And I've seen so many times when people want to continue, then they realize, oh my goodness, my name is already taken. And then they want to put up all these high fights, and you're not going to get anywhere. So that's important. And then make sure you comply to the social security. If you've got personnel, you have to register them at Social Security. This is one thing that has bitten many businesses in the behind. Because if you don't do that, you're going to walk straight into a challenge, and you can get huge penalties if you don't do that. Also with the taxman, don't avoid the taxman.
Yeah.
We have to do that, and that is what makes it so important.
All right. I see time is running. I would want to take more questions on our social media. Just feel like I was.
Can I quickly talk about Future Females?
Yes, please go ahead. Please tell us more about Future Females.
Yeah. As you know that I'm the ambassador for Future Females here in Windhoek, and it's such a movement that's so close to my heart. Now, Future Females is a global network. We are in 28 cities around the world with 28 chapters that we host monthly events throughout the world. So if you go and search on Facebook Future Females, you're going to get Future Females Windhoek, you're going to get in South Africa, you're going to get around the world. We are so all placed all over the world, and in Namibia we've got the Future Females Windhoek and the Future Females Swakopmund, so the people can really tune in there. And we're having our next event on the 25th of June, so make sure you like our page and make sure we're there. Now we are it's a community driven platform, but also we're not anti-men, we're just pro-women, but we allow all platforms, all types of businesses to come in. We offer various opportunities where you can do the business school through us to educate you on the business wise. And then we've got a monthly membership where, like a gym membership, like a founders club. If people are interested, they can come through the startup platform, because we've got a little bit of a rebate option for people that want to come through through this platform. So yes, and we're there a platform for a global platform where people can grow. They can go onto our website and see what's there. They can sign up for our newsletter. They can join the Future Females Windhoek Facebook page. Go and like it, that you can stay up to date with what we are doing. Every month we have different topics. This month we're having women of influence, how to become and be a woman of influence and build a legacy. And we've got two powerhouse speakers that are going to be there as well.
That's exciting.
Yes,
it's really exciting. I'm thinking. I know you've mentioned it, but when I hear future females, I'm being stereotyped now. You think it's only for it's only for if it's a female platform. How do you
incorporate men?
Incorporate men.
We love men because we can't do anything without our men. We need the men, because the men give it stabilizes our women. They are anchors. At the end of the day, because female entrepreneurs are sometimes, and I want to choose my words with care, we don't have all the visibility than what male entrepreneurs have. We don't have all the powers that male entrepreneurs have, and that's why we female entrepreneurs came in to say there are so few females in senior positions and so few females that really make it out there, and this is where we just want to come in to give that little bit more support to our female entrepreneurs, but we make use of our men because they are our anchors.
Now onto empowering and leadership. What advice do you have to a girl child that's out there and wants to really make an impact in the society?
Well, first of all, you got to make yourself known. You have to build on your own personal brand. You have to become influential. You have to become educated in the area where you want to become a leader in, and you have to lead by example. If you don't lead by example, people will think nothing of you. It's hard, but it's the truth.
Yeah, it's very true. All right, and I know we talk about how to empower females. I would also want to talk about what do you think is lacking in the male world into becoming good leaders too?
I think men are so used to dominate leadership that sometimes they just overlook good female leaders. But I must be honest, I see a lot of female leaders in Namibia that are stepping up, that are taking up senior positions. And to me, it's amazing to know that.
It's inspiring as well.
It's inspiring because if you can, unfortunately, female have to work twice harder to be seen and to become recognized in a male-dominant world. And it's hard to step up, and you sometimes you have to take the emotions completely out of your role and think, and how can I succeed? And sometimes you've got to become quite a strong woman to make your point.
And that's where businesswomen or women wear capes to comes in, right?
Absolutely. That's what I said right in the beginning. You've got to know, stand your ground, and stand on your values, and know who you are.
Right. Okay. Maybe what we can still talk about is we'll go back to ideas, into sharing ideas and really making them innovative ideas, especially now in a competitive world. How do you think when a person has an idea, what's the first approach that they should take?
Well, again, make sure the niche that you want to tackle is a niche that people will like. Find a popular niche. Go and search the internet on what is the top niches in today's world, no matter where you are. And then take that and break it down a little bit and see what in that niche. Let's say, for instance, health. I want to go into the health industry. The health is such a wide industry. No, I maybe want to go into the fitness. Okay, if I'm in the fitness, break it down to smaller chunks. To say, if I go into fitness, what do I want to? Want to go into female fitness? I want to do male fitness. I want to concentrate on children, or I want to go on pregnant women or people that's got disabilities. So break it down and think, what exactly is there that you want to do? And once you find that specific chunk you want to do, then you go and you go and investigate and you search more, and you then you broad that and say, okay, that's what I want to do.
Excellent. Can you also maybe give us more insight on really? I'm really just going back again on just to starting up. How should one really get out there and start their business?
Again, I think surround you with people that can guide you. You need people to brainstorm, sit around the table, get people with knowledge, people with influence, and learn from people to say, this is what I want to do, this is my idea. Break it out, have like a chart that you put on your wall, make some break points to do, just drop it down and brainstorm properly through it so that you know exactly how you want to do it, where you want to become it, and then just start it.
Excellent. Now we're going back to. I see we don't have any more questions from our social media viewers. If you're just joining us, you're watching the Campfire series. This is episode 3. Today we are joined by Miss Adél Oosthuizen. I would like to give a shout out to one of our biggest fans, that's Melissa Kuruses.
Thank you. That's so kind. Thank you for your positive feedback. I'm glad you've learned something. Don't be shy to send in more questions. We are there, and we are there to help. I think once you've reached a success in your life, it's such an honor and a humble to be able to make an influence on other people's life. And I think to share ideas, people are so scared to share. And if they can start sharing is caring.
Wow, right. Go back to sharing. I know not a lot of people like to share. What is your, in that also I think goes back together with, or hand in hand with collaboration. How and when is the right time to share?
I don't think there's a right or a wrong time. The minute you start sharing, you can grow. The minute you share, you give out a piece of yourself. I always say some of your ideas, hold them very close to your chest if they are not executed. But once you've executed and they're out there, it's shareable. And then you can share your weaknesses and you can share your strengths that people can learn out of that. Where did you fall off the bus? Where did you climb on the bus and you've reached your destination? And because people love to learn from mistakes. And from where did it go wrong? Because nothing in life always is just working.
A straight road.
Yes, you got to make mistakes to be able to have bigger achievements.
Right.
And don't be scared to fail. Don't, never ever.
Right. Now it's a question from Clemi Michelle Ndimulunde from social media. She's asking, how do you balance work versus family life?
Sometimes that is challenged because it depends on the nature of your business. The first 3 years of your business, it's like work. But if you don't make time, take a pen and draw a line through your diary. If you've got a proper diary and a workflow for the day to say 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, I do this. From 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, I need to do this. From 10 o'clock to 10:30, I need to spend time. So have certain segments in your day booked out for certain tasks. And then also family time is very important because I did it wrong. I had too much work until it's family time. And then my husband told me, if you don't stop it now, I'm going without you. So I think, oh my goodness.
No.
I have to stop.
That's definitely not something that you would want to hear.
No. And then I realized my husband needs me. So, and then I only booked out certain days of the week, and then other time I make an appointment and then I switch my phone off. I wean myself for a day from social media that I can spend time with and when you spend time with your family, switch your cell phone off.
Right. There you heard it from Adél. Make time for yourself and also make time for your business.
Absolutely.
Adél, last words. What advice do you want or would you want to give to our viewers tonight?
It's never stand back. Be the best you that you can be, because there's nobody like you, and you are the best version of yourself.
I like how you're saying it.
Yeah. So if you stand up, go out there, nail it with whatever you are doing, and give your best all the time, because only you can flourish.
Great. Dear viewers, there you have it. You heard it from Adél Oosthuizen. We are going through our Campfire episode, which we're talking about business women wear capes too, and I'm sure you have learned a lot from our episode or our show tonight. That's it from us. Join us again next time as we dive into or next week we will have our topic for next week is wood carving. So we have someone from the local market that will talk to us. Don't miss the show. Join us again next week, Thursday, same time, same place. From all of us here in studio, goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.